Hello.
And we're in! So sorry for being late, everybody.
Hey, I figured with your new fancy studio setup that you would have like some sort of fancy intro clip to play now too. When's that happening?
No, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
Not there yet.
Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Welcome. Good to see you, man. It's been a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember when the last time I was on your channel. What was that? Like sometime last year, but I don't remember for what.
It was sometime last year. I honestly can't say I recall exactly when that was.
There was a reason, but I don't remember what. Yeah.
True. Very true.
There was something. Yeah. But good to see you. I mean, you dangled the carrot of I bought OA to get me on here. So,
I did.
What did you? Well, first you got to go over this background, like a little bit. Like that's
So this is my first broadcast in the studio, as you
it's like it's an isolated location in your house, right? Like
it is. Yeah, it's a little corner of the basement.
Nice.
When we first bought the house, it was like the original owner was like a handyman, right? So he had like pegboards and tools up and everything, and my wife and I being like true crime fans and like crime novel fans were like, oh look, it's a murder room, it's a kill room. So we've transformed the kill room into the studio.
Perfect size for a kill room.
Yeah, exactly.
To
give you an indication, our dog is named Dexter Morgan. So.
Oh, okay. How's that new Dexter vibe? Is it good? I don't have Showtime, so I don't know how to watch it.
I've only gotten through one episode before we got struck with COVID, and we just kind of we're don't want to deal with anything right now, and so that's been another little challenge that we.
Where'd you get the sign, man? Like, did you have a hookup on that? Like, you have a sign guy?
Etsy.
Oh, okay.
That came from Etsy. Yeah.
That's neon. Like, is
yeah,
it like tube light neon? Wow.
That's the lowest setting.
Wow.
It's not neon. It is actually LED. It's LED.
LED.
Yeah. Okay. But it is pretty freaking cool though.
That's cool. I was like, is his lighting that neon sign, or is there real lighting and then the sign is kind of dim? Like
no, so
you got to have real lighting there.
Yeah, this place was a disaster. So like if you ever saw me on Comigories, right, it's like right next to my comics. So it was like ugly as all hell in here and had like racks and stuff, and just where I did cleaning and pressing and everything. But now it's been completely. I mean, I still have my presses and everything in here, but now I've got the whole thing going on. But did the flooring, painted the walls, obviously put some decor up, things like that. Put a drop ceiling in, lights, all that. So yeah. So welcome to Geek.
Nice job, man. That's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been This started. I want to say, like right after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Right after Christmas, yeah. Because we were supposed to go away, but then my wife got COVID, and then so that didn't happen. So those trips got canceled, all those plans. So we've just been working through here, and then I got it, and it was like, I don't want to do anything. So finally had to get through that process.
Rightfully so. Yeah. Why would? Yeah.
It sucks. I'm just going to tell you, it sucks. I'm glad
you're back to health. You're back.
Glad I had the vaccine. Glad I had my Fauci ouchie in order to get through that, because otherwise it would have been worse.
For sure.
So yeah, you can't see down here is my equipment rack.
Is that the Vampirella portfolio to carry comics around?
The Storefolio? Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think I have that.
Yeah.
Or I have. No, maybe I don't have that one. I have it. Maybe.
So it's got the Frazetta on the outside.
Vampy #1.
And then it's got.
Oh, cool.
So you might have seen this from my hotel room in MegaCon.
Oh yeah.
That's the Gonzalez. So we've got that there, and then this is the Turner.
Nice. Which
is also very cool. And then on the inside is just, they're gorgeous.
I want to get a few more of those, not because I plan on bringing 10 of them to me to the next comic show I go to, but they're literally so convenient for storing comics you
They
know,
are.
when like outside of like your short boxes and whatnot, and just you know, have like closer access to comics. Like it's almost a better. I almost feel like if I store the books that like I have this short box that's just all books that I mean to read but haven't had the time to read or just haven't gotten to,
Right.
like floppies, and I'm like, well, maybe I should probably put them in like one of those and like put it next to like my bedstand or something. Be like,
Right.
read those, you know, like
I have we have chairs in our bedroom, and I have next to my chair I have like a little bin, like one of the ones you can see right there.
yeah. Oh yeah, the plastic
It's
bin.
narrow enough so it just fits comics. So it
Is
just
that a plastic bin or is that?
Yeah.
No, it looks. It is. Okay.
yeah, plastic bin, and so I just have that, and that's got my current reads in it. But you know, most I have been doing digital with the X-Men stuff, so
Right.
that's all through there. But
Cool.
yeah,
Well, how this is your first OA purchase of 2022. I know I was on with you for your first OA purchase of all time at one point.
which actually I need to re-record that. I think I'm going to re-record the presentation of that and everything. You know, so it's more about that than
yeah, that would make a lot more sense, and it would be a 5 to 10 minute video instead of a 5-hour video.
I don't know if it was that long.
Well, you know,
but it was a good time.
It was. So, but what's the backstory on this piece? What's the? Give me the details.
Yeah. Well, let me hit up this
what's up, Kat?
for a second. We got Unreleased Simian in here, Magic Lasso. We're gonna skip past all the technical difficulties.
All the Geek Squad stuff.
The Marcus Way
Marcus
here. Maybe he's coloring the OA he bought. No, it's uncolored.
So it's a pencil. So it's a pencil and ink piece.
Right. It is. Yeah, it is.
So that thumbnail you made had some weird avant-garde Volvi piece on it. I was like, what is this piece? You know?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to be more, fluent with the thumbnails, and so I want, I always try to put like some kind of little icon, with it, just to add a little.
So is that a clue? I mean, obviously it's not.
No, it's not
giving
but
it
I was
away.
thinking about it for like the future. Like I just put like this like Wolverine Salvador Dali painting in there.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to give it away too much.
He did a Wolverine painting? Like that's crazy.
I think it's just in the style. Hey DJ,
yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I'm not expecting to go to MoMA and be like, "Can you point me to the Salvador Dali Wolverine piece?"
Right. Wait a second. I colored a Mark Bagley sketch once.
He did. Yeah, he actually did. So yeah, that Ben Riley sketch.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. All right, so one of my favorite artists, actually, right now, and I've been tracking him for years, and he doesn't get it anywhere near enough press because he's not a mainstream comic book artist. But his name is Des Taylor, and he's a British guy. I believe he lives in London, and he has put out a number of self-published graphic novels, mostly through like Slave Labor Graphics, Ape Entertainment, and such. But I believe his first one here was Trouble with Katie Rogers. I'll go solo here, and he does this great art style that's very good girl art, pop art style that's very unique. It's a lot of pencil work filled in with digital.
Digital coloring.
When you get into the, some of the layouts, right? It's a little bit different. It's got great.
So wait,
shading,
you said is that a creator owned thing, or is that a?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just just a very cool style and the way that he went about it. And then this one is probably my favorite so far. It's the Vesha Valentine story, and this chronicles the life of like a movie starlet from like the 40s, and it's all through like pictures, right? Like it's almost like a photo album almost, or like a cutout, right? You got to
kind of pulpy a little bit.
yeah,
But
it's very cool.
in a more comic, like a comic inspired way. Yeah, kind of.
Exactly. They're like showgirl style from the 20s to 40s. Just I mean, it's just beautiful work that he does.
Yeah, those are cool. There's like, I mean, there's a little, there's a little like little animated series kind of vibe there.
Exactly. Exactly. And then this is probably his most recent stuff. This is Scarlett Couture. This was from 2015, and he's got a new one out called the Munich File that just released.
Those are interesting proportions right there, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially those proportions.
Well, that's okay. Yeah.
And then this one came out through Titan Comics, which is based in the UK. And yeah, I mean, like the writing is solid. The art, the art's incredible. This one's more like a spy novel,
cool,
right? With a female lead. Most of his stuff has female lead to it, but like, you got like dossier stuff. I mean, it's very filled in.
So is he repped, or did you like just deal with him directly the whole time, or?
I dealt with him directly, actually. Let me share that out. So he is on Instagram. As pop art.
Cool.
Like just to give you an example, that's him there.
Yeah.
Like he does a lot of the comic stuff, which is great. This is probably one of my favorites recently.
That's a good back row. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just incredible.
Although why she's standing up in that pose, I don't know. I need to get ready for work, I said. That's a good one. Wait, scroll back up to the Boba. I want to see the Boba Fett. Yeah, there it is. Looking a little skinny there, maybe a little bit. I guess he was skinnier. I guess the Jeremy Bullock version was much skinnier.
That's definitely Put on some weight in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he's got a lot of. I mean, the work is fantastic. It really is, and he's got a new one that he's working on called Eva Strongbird and the Marine, and I believe that they're trying to they're animating it. So this is going to be an animated feature that's coming out. So yeah, I mean, like I said, his work is just absolutely stunning. I've really enjoyed it. The way he approaches like this, early art style, female art style of the 40s.
So these pieces that are all like full color here, are they like representative of post digital coloring work on the final image, or does he also do fully colored like originals?
I don't know if he does. I don't think he does fully colored originals.
So the originals are pencil and ink, black and white. He colors on the digital, and that's how he releases his prints or his like final images, basically, or his books.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then the OA is black and white.
Yeah.
So he's not really posting OA to Instagram.
Well, that's not exactly true, and I'll get to that in just a second. Pop that up. I'll find some of the other ones. Here we go.
That big giant empty space on my ceiling behind me. You need to hook me up with your Etsy guy. Like I need a comic book somewhere.
You got
it. Like right up here, right there.
Right there on the ceiling.
Yeah, right on the ceiling.
That would be awesome.
That would be kind of awesome, but I don't know if I would be safe sitting at this chair, potentially with the sign crashing down on my head.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, here we go. Sure. We'll get back to this.
What's up, Doom 143 in the house? Comic Bag Musings as well.
Doom's here.
Yeah.
So here's the like this is the OA pieces, and then they go into the computer, and then they get
very pop art.
They get the color work and stuff. Yeah, it's unique. It's incredibly unique, and I love it. So that's that.
Nice Wonder Woman. Yeah. Cool.
Keep messing that up. Anyhow,
did you put like his link in the description or something?
I did. I believe I did. I want to say that I did. Anyway, yeah, absolutely. Hey, Doom, how's it going, man? So this guy just finished watching his like 2022 haul video.
Okay.
Batman 608 RRP.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a great book.
That is an incredible pickup, man. I mean, I've never seen one in the wild, ever.
Yeah, I've seen them on the internet. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I reached out to him. I saw a piece that he had posted on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, can I buy that?" Just straight up, because it was
straight up. Wasn't for sale technically, but you like
just showing it, just working on it. I'm like, hey, can I buy that? And he's like, yeah, as a matter of fact, you can. And he let me know a price. I thought it was fair, and worked it out. This was just before Christmas, I want to say, and then his family came down with COVID, so there was a little delay on the shipping, which was no big deal. I just I hit him. I was like, hey, hit me up when you get the tracking. And he's like, hey, sick, blah, blah, blah. And, felt bad. So he threw in some extras with the art. So I thought that was fantastic. So these are signed prints.
Cool. I'm going to go bigger. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So this is Scarlett Couture from the Munich file. A little signature down here on the bottom.
Cool. I love bonus.
Absolutely, and I love prints. I love these prints. I have books full of prints that I picked up from different artists at cons. So
I only have one portfolio for prints, but I'll probably exhaust the available space in that portfolio at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a glossy one. This one's matte, and it's just absolutely awesome Wonder Woman. And the funny thing is, I have this particular.
I like that because you don't really get her in like slice of life stuff that often,
right?
Yeah,
it's got the little monogram, on there.
I assume that's tea, or is that coffee? I don't know. Can't say.
Who knows? Who knows?
Is that established? Is that canon? Lasso, let us know.
Yeah, which one would it be, Lasso?
Yeah, which one would it be? Because I, off the top of my head, I don't know if Diana Prince is a tea gal or a coffee girl.
Right. But I have this. I've had this shot saved off for years because it's just such a cool picture. Like a Wonder Woman in a robe. In the morning.
So what's the painting? What's the painting in the background of her image? Like where she is?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's kind of like an 80s Art Deco style.
I was wondering if it maybe was a reference.
Yeah, no, I don't see any reference on it.
Yeah, that's a cool print. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, but so those are the freebies, which are wonderful, and then onto the art. So I'm a big Batgirl fan, and when I saw this, I like I said, I just kind of had to ask for it.
Nice.
So he did a Batman animated series style Batgirl.
He's got I can see a little Darwin Cook influences and
right.
Animated series style, like I was saying earlier. I mean, obviously his style was heavily influenced by Bruce Timm, so it has that kind of lineage of style, simple lines. Yeah, it's really cool. So what was the post that you saw that? Because I'm assuming he posted the post.
Yeah, he did
coloring work.
So that was what he posted.
Okay.
And you can see my little caption. Can I buy it, please?
So he posted the pencils only.
Yeah, he posted the pencils, and I was like, oh, I want that because it was awesome, right? And then this is the finished piece. So he did that, and then he did the inks. So obviously I got which is the exact same piece. It just inked over it, and then this is the finished.
Nice, yeah.
So
that's great background work.
Right? Yeah, it's just adding the snow over the top.
So I mean, I don't know if this came up, but like, is he like thinking about the NFT thing?
Like, I haven't talked to him about it because I haven't. I mean, for me, I'm not a big fan of it.
I'm not either. I don't get it, and I don't.
Yeah. But I get where you're going with it because of the style of art that he does.
Yeah, because of the style of art and how much effort he's putting into the post pen and ink work on these pieces. Like the amount of detail and the background and just all the coloring on the main character, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I get you. Yeah, but I just I love the work. I mean, it's just it's so cool, and having one of his pieces. So I'm hitting him up to see if he's got any of the Vesha Valentine or the Katie.
What was the size of the original? Was that 11 by 14 or?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
No, it's a. Let me check.
I mean, I already forgot what the board looked like in relative to the size of the pen and ink, but
yeah, it's like probably like a 9 by 16 or 16 by 9.
Really?
Something like that.
Show it again. Oh, it looks like 11 by 17 to me, but I don't have a sense of scale because I'm not in your room.
True. Yeah. No, yeah. No, so yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think it's 11 by 17. I know that it doesn't fit in the standard board. What do you call it?
It doesn't fit in an 11 by 17 Itoya.
Yeah, with the regular the slip covers, right? The bag and board for the original art, it doesn't fit.
Oh, you mean like art print bags or art bags?
Yeah, it's too big for that because it's.
So maybe it's
the print.
Maybe it's slightly oversized, like 12 by 18 or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, definitely some animated series influences.
Yeah, I dug the hell out of it. So
I'm trying to think of like how many Batgirl related pieces that I have. I think I have two, maybe three. I don't know. I
would love to find some stuff from like Batman Family, some original art from Batman Family, or some of the some early guys like Ross Andrew.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I know Lasso's a big fan of the Batman Family books. I AOK'd him a couple of those, and those around. That vintage stuff is probably, I don't even really know what the market or the availability of that artwork is out there. So, if I'm honest, that title specifically, I haven't really looked that heavily into it, but I do like the art style and like the vibe of those books, especially the Batgirl within it,
Right.
Yeah. So is that like your main? I know she's like one of your top characters. Like that's come up before in our conversations and other shows and stuff that we've done. Is that like? I mean, I know you're always updating your lists and stuff, and frankly, I can't keep up with your lists. Yeah, there you go. Multiple copies and all that. But from an art standpoint, are you like looking to get more published stuff with Batgirl, or just like, do you have any goals or like things?
So when I was at C2E2, I was looking for anything, I was looking for anything that was, like Batgirl, Black Canary, that was, they had published and available, and there was nothing, right? So it was all kind of picked over at that point.
Right.
But,
Who's that? Like, you mean this weird timing C2E2 that just happened?
Yes, the December one that was
December one. Yeah. Well, that's because no one went to that, right? Like.
But no, it was the guy from New York.
Anthony Snyder.
Anthony's art, and like they said, they brought everything with them.
Right.
So I'm assuming that's
but I mean, Anthony's got one of the largest inventories, but also he's got one of the largest inventories that anytime I see it at a show, I get like deja vu because I've seen it like 3 shows in a row. Yeah, like there's a couple pieces that I've seen at his booth, like show after show after show, where like I finally did pull the trigger on it, but like 4 shows after I first saw it, and I probably should have pulled the trigger on it like 4 shows ago because the market keeps going where the market keeps going.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I saw. I took some snaps of some stuff when I was there that was in my C2E2 haul video, and like there's a few like some Mike Grell stuff that I was like, that's awesome. Like I want to maybe the next time I'm there they've got that available.
Cool. I don't have any Grell like full size illustrations or published pages, but I have a little Green Arrow sketch of his on like a back of a blank comic, action
That's
comic,
cool.
or whatever that I got from Big Will, I think, at one of his sales that he does or whatever, like auction. Like I think he did an auction once or a sale once where like you paid like a flat amount and he had this like mystery short box, and he was like, where do you want me to pull from the back? Do you want me to pull from the middle? Do you want me to pull from the thing? So it was kind of like a mystery live draw kind of thing.
Right.
And so I paid, I think, $20, and I got a mystery live draw, and it was a blank action comic signed by like 7 people with four sketches on it. Like,
nice.
Mike Grell Green Arrow, a Supergirl sketch, like 4 sketches and like 7 autographs from DC creators. So that was a decent pull for like $20.
I would say so. Yeah. So I've been staring at this ever since you came on. What is that over your left shoulder?
Which one exactly? There's a bunch
all
of them. So the one all the way on the right, that skinny piece with like the red paint in the backdrop and like the female character in the foreground. That's an Olivia piece.
Oh, really?
Olivia Di
Berardini. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of this series like she did in the 80s called like Masquerade, I believe. So it was one of the study pieces that prepared her sort of for the full size painting. But It's like an awesome mini painting,
Yeah.
Where
did you get that?
I won it on Heritage. Yeah.
Oh man, that is epic.
And then the piece next to that, the larger pencil, that's actually just pencils, believe it or not. It's so detailed. But the woman with the spear and everything. That's a pencil only, very highly detailed pencil only piece by Aranza Sestayo, she's a kind of like a pinup / good girl art illustrator, but she also does painted works and commissions and stuff like that. You go on Comic Art Fans and search Aranza Sestayo and just look at her stuff. It's really, really nice.
You're gonna have to hit the spelling on that one.
Arantza, Aranza Sestayo.
I can remember that.
Sestayo. So
VCK.
Yeah. So that piece was published in like her first art book or something. It's like so I don't know if that was self-published or it had like a real publisher or not. I have copies of it somewhere. But it was one of the few. I really loved the piece, but it was also one of the few pieces in her first art book that covered up, the naughty bits kind of thing. Like it was a little, she's a little. Some of her work pushes the envelope in the not safe for work category. Not all, but a lot of the ones in that particular art book probably are not safe for work. But they're not like XXX explicit, but they're not they involve nudity,
Yeah.
But that was one of the I guess it's still provocative, but it's not explicit. It's not dirty or whatever. It's a cool image. I dig that one. And then the piece to the left of that is not art; it's actually production It's a printer's proof basically of Jean Grey, Scott Summers' wedding back in 1993, like when Marvel Comics was like promoting that as like a big thing for X-Men. Yeah, that was like a poster design that was used kind of like promotionally, I guess, for the wedding of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. So
nice. You gotta put those on Instagram, man. I want to see those.
yeah, well, the production piece, it's like it's not art, so it's just kind of like
Doesn't matter.
it's kind of like this quirky collectible that I have that's like a proof image. It's really cool, but it's kind of dirty. It's got all this like production writing all over it on the left and right. It's got one of those like acetate, films on top of it to, for the, I don't know. Like I'm not an expert in how those things are produced, frankly, but right. I know it's not OA, but it's more akin to, it's not OA, it's not a poster, but it's somewhere in between, it's like it was part of the production process of that promotional, asset from Marvel back then. So,
right on.
Yeah, that's that row of stuff that, frankly, I should probably change up that row because I've kind of had those up there, I think, for a minute, and probably, I like to mix it up back there every once in a while, so probably should mix it up. But, yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah, and then the stuff on the wall behind that has kind of been the same for a minute. There's a Ron Lim, like way up there above the light, the light switch back there. Not the light switch, the
light fixture.
Light fixture, yeah. That's it's hard to see from this view, obviously, but it's a Ron Lim piece of Thanos versus Silver Surfer. It's really awesome.
Just gotta throw that up in there.
You can't really see it though from here. And then, but below
that's Galactus on the right?
Yeah, below that on the right is a Galactus watercolor painting. The Silver Surfer is on it, like really small in scale, approaching Galactus, which is probably the appropriate scale between Galactus and Silver Surfer. But everybody else in the comics obviously doesn't draw it to like conceptual scale. There's always like Galactus looks like Galactus is this big, so Silver Surfer is that big. Like that doesn't mathematically compute, me, but it is what it is. I get why, but I particularly enjoy the perspective that's a Stephanie Hans piece, so that she painted in that watercolor of Galactus and Silver Surfer. So that's definitely one of my favorite illustration watercolor or whatever. And then to the right of that is a Joe Palooka cover from the Golden Age. It's the only Golden Age cover that I have. Joe Palooka is not like a super in-demand title as it relates from collecting Golden Age comics, nor is it on collecting original art. But I find it kind of a charming book and character and series, and I like boxing, so it's like a boxing cover and everything. And so it was a cool one that kind of checked a few boxes for me, and it's the only Golden Age cover example in my collection. I only have 2 Golden Age pieces of art. One's an interior page from a Fiction House book, Fight Comics, and then the other is this Joe Palooka cover. So,
well, it's still great stuff.
Yeah. I probably should mix it up. Like I said, like I've had the same stuff back there for a little while. Like the slabs I happen to have some Golden Age Action Comics and Golden Age Superman, just like you have back there. So we're kind of matching a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit on that.
My Supergirl.
Yeah, and then you got the one
which is unfortunately being blinded by my light here.
You got those two Golden Age Soups issues as well back. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the 53 and then the 32 from Man Cave.
Yeah. So back there I have Superman 11, I believe, and then Action Comics 27 and Action Comics 23, possibly. Like I'm forgetting the numbers now, honestly, but it's the famous Fred Breaking of the Chains cover that Neil Adams paid tribute to later on, but the original Golden Age version, and it is the 2 first cover appearances of Lois Lane back there. Obviously, the first appearance of Lois Lane is impossible to get, so I got the cover appearances instead.
Wait, is the first appearance Action Comics number 1?
It is. Yeah.
We're
So
just gonna
first cover,
I'll
I'll settle there
Yeah,
for.
I'll settle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna spare $1 million or $2 million around. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what are you looking to get this year? Or are you just working off of
I
opportunity?
don't know, man. Like I haven't. I mean, my year started off pretty shitty with family passing away and all sorts of other stuff going on.
Yeah, rough starts to this year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for my work life as well as it's been kind of ridiculous. So I haven't had time to even sort of think about what my goals are from a collecting standpoint. I think I'll probably have some time, hopefully pretty soon, to kind of think about that a little bit more, but haven't really set any specific agenda. But honestly, that's kind of been my style of collecting for a few years now. I haven't had a goal, a hunt list or a goal list or a. I've had like loose goals that I know that I wanted in the back of my mind. Like I always knew I wanted to have a Ralph McQuarrie piece. Well, I achieved that last year, but it's not like I went in. It's not like I went into 2021 saying I'm going to get a Ralph McQuarrie piece this year. It had to work out that way based on availability, luck, my budget, all sorts of things. You know what I mean? That's not something that you can just shop for every month or week. So, so I have those kind of like longer term goals in the back of my mind and stuff for certain things. It's books, artists, completing the TMNT Volume 1 run. I'm only 3 books away, and none of those are the important low issue first prints. I've already gotten those out of the way,
right, yeah.
well out of the way. So it's really just a couple lower hanging fruit issues that I'm missing. The final issue 62, can't find that. Well, I've found it before, but not in the condition that I want it for my collection. So I've passed on the copies that I've seen so far. And then I'm missing issue 46 and 47. So issue 46, issue 47, issue 62. Then I'll be fucking done with the entire Mirage Studios Volume 1 run, all first prints, and some of the other printings, not all the other printings for number 1, because the other printings for number 1 kind of got out of control after the first print got ridiculous. So, because originally in my head I was like, yeah, I should get every print, but then the first print got so crazy after I acquired it. Luckily,
timing is everything.
Yeah, time is everything. So yeah, so that's for sure. I think I'll be able to complete that. I can probably find 3 TMNT back issues in a year. I think I can swing that.
Right.
But I haven't bumped into those 3 particular issues just yet. So yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's the only solid collecting goal that I have, is that completing that TMNT yeah, exactly. Yeah. Opportunity. Yeah.
Opportunity buying, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then on the art front, I've acquired so much art in like the last 4 years, and like I'm kind of slowing down a little bit, but I'm still kind of like looking for those opportunities for getting an example for prominent artists that I don't have an example of or from yet.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I mean, like that Olivia piece, that's right up my alley. I love her work.
Yeah, I know. You brought her up before. I was
just like, seeing that, I was like, wait a second, that looks very familiar. And like I've got
that piece was done in 1986, so it's like it's a pretty old piece.
It's one of her earliest.
Yeah. So
anytime I could find some of her work.
It's such a unique size, though. Like there's no standard frames that come in that. Like.
Yeah. Well, likely it was off of a regular size, and they just split it in half because there was probably 2 of them and sold each.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Or the rest of it had doodles or paint on it.
I think that's why I've had it sitting on that ledge for so long, is because I don't have any frame to put it in that size, and I don't want to spend that's the part about like display when it comes to being an art collector, where it's like, well, there's only so much you can display, and there's only so much money towards display you can spend if you want to keep collecting art.
Yeah. Space is always a premium.
Yeah. Well, space and just also like the actual framing itself, if you want to do it, there's good ways to do it yourself. I'm not the greatest at it. I've tried it. I much rather prefer giving it to my like shop to do it and just, you know, kill it versus what I would be able to do. But at the same time, I can't afford like a museum glass, like crazy, crazy frame type and crazy matting, for every piece that I want. It's just not practical to do it that way. So like that Galactus piece, for example, the Stephanie Hans watercolor, that's in like a simple comic art, like, plastic, like it has a certain level of UV protection, but it's not museum glass. Like it's fine. Like there's no sunlight hitting this corner. Like this is all artificial light, that you're seeing here.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to start picking up more. Like I the last two shows that I went to, I mean, like MegaCon, I intended to go and look for art and never made it to Artist Alley. Just like I was hanging out with friends, and we were hitting some other areas, and then it was just like all my money was gone. Just I found
I wasn't like when Artist Alley at NYCC was pretty amazing this year, but it was right, yeah. Well, we got this wall up here, like
totally. Put it right around your neon sign.
Yeah, but Artist Alley was really good because it was like flying first class or something, like because they reduced the capacity and everything because of COVID and all that, and they really kept it. The space between the alleys was larger. Like they extended the whole thing. Like usually Artist Alley is like it's from this section to like this section, but they like extended it even more, like so that they could create more separation between the tables and everything. It was amazing because I literally like could walk up to an artist and then check out all their stuff. Nobody like around me, like no shouldering me, like normal, normal NYCC experience is like insane, compared to that. So I had some like nice quality time with some artists and stuff that I don't really get on a normal experience. So I'm wondering how it's going to be this year and how big it'll be again this year and all that. But yeah, and then other shows. I don't know if I'll go to, and I'm going to C2E2 in August or whatever. But I don't think there's any information about that yet, right? Like not really.
Nothing I've seen. Yeah. I mean, like I just try to hit up my favorite artists on Instagram and say, "Hey, you going? Can I get a commission?"
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get many commissions or not. I have one commission out there right now from one of my favorite artists, Jim Mafood. And I've been collecting a lot of Electra stuff, so he's doing an Electra for me right now. So I'm excited about that commission because it's going to be like one of his full-fledged, full-color mixed media pieces, and I already have a few of those. And in my collection, they're all like among some of my favorite pieces that I have. So that's the only kind of like outstanding commission that I have out there that hasn't been completed or whatever. But
right on. That what was impressive was that Mitch Gerard Ra's al Ghul that Bear Island got.
Oh yeah, well that was a replacement for the Batgirl that he didn't like. That
really? Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw that.
I didn't.
What's funny is like they resold it to some other collector, and I'm pretty sure that other collector posted it to CAF. So when I saw it uploaded on CAF, and I was like, "That's the Mitch Gerard's throwaway Barbara Gordon that Adam hated." Basically, like someone else appreciated it at least,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But it, because he didn't deliver on what he was expecting with the Barbara Gordon, and he didn't want to just be saddled with a piece he was unhappy with. He waited like 2 years for that Ra's al Ghul. Like it's crazy, but it is what it is.
It is crazy. That is crazy. We're coming up on 45 minutes, so I'm going to do a quick recap here. Mm-hmm. And then we'll outro. So, again, art was from Des Taylor, and this was we'll go big here real fast. This was one of the freebies. This is Wonder Woman sign down there in the bottom corner.
That I keep It's a great Wonder Woman, and I still think the tea versus coffee debate is raging on.
We still haven't.
But my eyes go towards the painting in the back of the woman, of the girl, and the silhouette on the thing. Like, and I feel, because I just feel like she reminds me of somebody, and I can't place it. Like, anyway.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then this is from Scarlett Couture, The Munich File, which is an original graphic novel from him.
Mm-hmm.
And just, again, it's just that stunning art style. And this is the OA piece that I got, which was a Batgirl animated series Bruce Timm style drawing with pencils and inks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting this up in a nice frame. This is
have you so what's your wall space? I mean, obviously behind you is not much. There's not much space going on.
Yeah, but in the studio, this is what we've got, because I've got to put some like deadening material up in front of me here, and I've got a big whiteboard for projects and notes and stuff. But the comic room is I'm currently in the clean out process, and then that's gonna have plenty of wall space and everything for the art to go up on, and statue displays and slab displays and things like that. So
nice.
Yeah, it's all file cabinet, like nice file cabinets, steel case file cabinets in there, and it'll look really nice when it's done. So first thing I gotta do, I gotta clean it out.
You have like chairs in there and stuff, or like
no, it's not like a reading room, because I've got the basement. So
it's just like a comic storage room.
We call it the hallway of justice, because it's 20 feet
storage and display.
Yeah, it's like 20 feet long and like 6 feet wide. So it's just got books lining cabinets lining the sides.
That's like what Metropolis Comic Connect has, like in their back room, like a really narrow, 20-foot long, narrow as hell hallway, where on either side of you have like pages from X-Men #1 and Daredevil #1 and Frank Frazetta paintings and like just crazy shit.
Yeah, I wish that's
like literally 4 feet of room like separating each wall. Like it's kind of scary, but yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, so that's the intent. So I gotta finish clearing it out, and then I gotta put a wall up in front of the utility room, with a door and everything, and then we can finish painting it, staining the floors, all that kind of shit, and then that'll be done. So that's my.
So that's a video for the future.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I'll probably do one of what I did in here. Like I've got some some pictures through the process of remodeling it and everything, and got into it, and then I'll do like a little mini room tour, because it's just a small room.
I haven't done a room tour in a minute, but not much has changed, so it's like I don't know if there's much of a reason, like
Well, you change up the backdrop, so that's important.
Well, I change up like what pieces are up, I guess. So from that perspective, but I haven't. The layout of the room itself didn't change at all.
Yeah. True. So that'll be a much bigger project and a much larger video when I finally complete that piece. So yeah, that'll be fun.
That's cool.
And then so what have you got going on? You got any upcoming videos?
Not really. I was on JP's channel a couple of days ago, reading Stray Dogs with the fellas and talking about stray dogs, which frankly I thought was overrated, but hey. And then I'm on your channel right now, and then I think I'm on another show at some point talking about like the next volume of Something Is Killing the Children with the crew that I was reading that comic with, JP, Delphia, Kachung, John's Comics for Kids. I don't know when that is, but I know I said I would read it, so I gotta check exactly when that is. But I think it's next month though, so like sometime in March, so not for a minute. I haven't really been doing much on my channel, just things have been really hectic and whatnot for me, so I haven't had a chance to like schedule live shows, or definitely haven't had time to edit. I did experiment a little bit with the YouTube Shorts thing, and YouTube actually promoted it. Like they never promote my content. Like when I have a live stream or I upload something. They just don't, you know.
Yeah.
But I did a YouTube short, and they promoted the hell out of that.
They're pushing that. Yeah, they're pushing that.
Yeah, a little like less than a minute video of me showing a copy of Leonardo #1, like, you know, just for my phone. Like, here, boom, you know. And that got like 600 views in like 2 days or something like that. Like, because they're pushing it in shorts. Like,
yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a quick. I'm going to do a quick on this OA here and put it up there and see what they do with it.
Yeah. So I mean, so I looked at that and was like, hey, like level of effort to number of views is kind of looks interesting, you know. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, I don't really.
They want to become. They're pushing their TikTok aspect of it. So.
Exactly. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know if it will lead to like massive subscription or viewership or whatever. Like, I've only done one of them, so I don't know, you know. So yeah. I'll experiment with it a little bit, but so I know I'm going to experiment a little bit with that, but I don't know. I haven't really been editing. Haven't had time to edit like proper videos, so I don't know.
That's probably true there.
Yeah, probably. You definitely need that hashtag, otherwise it doesn't work. So,
exactly.
Yeah, that's the only requirement. Well, the other vertical mode, less than a minute, and hashtag shorts or whatever.
From your phone, hashtag shorts.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I've got we had this wonderful show today, and I did actually get a chance to sit down and plan a 2022 hunt list. It's something that you get to do when your ass is planted to a couch with COVID for over a week. My
ass is planted to a couch, and I don't even need COVID. So,
well, you just don't feel like getting up to do anything at all. You're just there in front of the TV.
In January and February in New York City, and I'm Chicago as well. It's not.
You don't want to go outside.
It's not the greatest. Outside.
So I did put together a list, and I have a 2021 hunt list review video and a montage of the 2022 hunt list that's coming out Saturday. I also have, so we're changing things up a little bit. So I'm going to a 3 days a week dropping videos with a Thursday live show. On a regular. Trying to get that to a regular weekly cadence. So something fun on Tuesdays, a haul video on Wednesdays, you know, because that's everybody's haul video day, right? Because hey, what did I get for new comic book day? But I don't buy new comics, so
I don't buy new. Well, that's a little bit of a, I guess, fib on my part. Like, I don't go to the comic shop on Wednesdays or, you know, new comic book for new comic book day stuff. Right. But I do have a very small pull list with my comic shop that they send to me once a month or whatever, you know.
Here's my opportunity buy for the week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Those are like back issue pickups.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't buy new stuff that much. If I do, it's
the only new stuff I buy is like, it's very selective, and the majority of it's Star Wars. And we already know.
For me, it's X-Men and Batman. That's pretty much it.
You know, the rest of my new comics I read mainly digitally. Like, I transitioned a while ago now at this point. Like, it's been a couple years now, I think.
Yeah.
Since I transitioned to mainly digital reading for newer comics. But
and the funny thing is, because I get my comics at such a discount, you know, it's like the Batmans I'll read, but the X-Men, it's like I pull the digital code, throw it into the iPad, and I read it all from there. So,
right. Yeah. That's something I should do more, is take advantage of that digital code. Sometimes I'll end up just buying the book digital twice, you know, like, or buying the book once for the pre-order cheap price, and then once again later for full price digital. Like, I do that. I don't know why I do that, but sometimes I do that. Like, sometimes I just can't like wait until, because I only have a once a month shipment cadence with my pull list, you know, my pre-order list with my comic shop, just to save on shipping costs. But then I end up buying digital issues for full price because I don't want to wait to read it.
You don't want to wait a month, yeah. I want to read the book.
So that like negates the discount anyway. But at least I have the physical copy that I want, I guess. You know,
that's true.
For those few books, like, it's not many books; it's like 4 or 5 books. You know.
Very cool. So so some kind of a video on Tuesday, haul video on Wednesday, live show on Thursday, and then something else on Saturday. So of playing with it. Still working on new content. Just got a lavalier mic to do some certain
nice. That's something that I always wanted because frankly, like, I think it's easier to shoot things with my phone, but then the audio is like, where's the audio? Like, I need to record the audio to a separate source while being mobile with the phone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I've got a
phone mic.
I got a new tripod stand with a light and a shotgun mic on it, but it's like when I'm trying to do the shot, I'm too far away from the mic for the audio to be really good. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna connect that up through the lavalier, and I'll just be good that way. But yeah, so just like I said, working on some new content and some stuff, some more timeless content, that's a bit more bolsterous. But yeah, still trying to do some fun stuff. February 24th, I'll be on JP's channel for the indie show for Volume 3 of Usagi Yojimbo. So we're finally trying to get into a cadence after listening to JP blast us all for scheduling problems.
I mean, like I said, I just was on the Stray Dogs version of that show, and I'm gonna keep going on this Something Is Killing the Children version of that show. But like, that show's like a nightmare to schedule. Like, Jesus.
Oh well, he's got so many running concurrently. So
and they're not with all the same guests, so it's like, geez.
That's exactly. Like, so we all kind of sat down and kind of hammered out. So we're trying to just go like third Thursday of every month, for the next 6 months and finish it up. Because that gets us through the whole Volume 1 run from the Fantagraphics. So we're looking forward.
I don't have a stance we were talking about like artists where I don't have an example or whatever. Like, I just still don't have a Stan Sakai. Like, he's on that list of like artists I don't have an example that I want an example or whatever. So maybe I'll stumble into one of those. But it's weird because that's like a thing where there are guys that are hardcore Sakai guys, collectors out there, or hardcore Usagi guys that are out there, and I'm not one of those guys. So when I go after one of those pieces, I'm like taking away a piece from those guys. So like, it's not. I'm not really looking at it.
Like they don't have one.
Yeah, like they don't have. Yeah,
share the wealth.
I'm not really looking at it like that. I'm more looking at it like, well, it's not really at the top of my list. Like,
I get it.
It's like, I like the character. I'm more, into the TMNT side of things versus the Usagi, kind of thing. But it's cool, and Stan's cool. So I would like an example, but I'm in no rush, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm hoping he'll be at C2E2 this year, and I can get a.
Yeah, that might be a good place for me to get an example.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing back What Do You Hunt? So starting to schedule up those shows. Trying to do those will be like every other week on the Thursday, and just getting more people from the community in that want to talk about what they're hunting, how they hunt, how they go, their approach to purchasing, stuff like that.
Mm.
Just more fun, good stuff. Yeah, but not unlike you, it was a rough start to the year, and just glad I'm through it. I'm glad everything everybody's healthy in my house now, and
good.
We keep moving forward. But so thank you very much, Cobby.
Thanks for having me, man.
Out, man.
Good hang. Good, nice piece. Gotta go check out that artist on Instagram.
Absolutely, yeah. So Des Pop Art on Instagram, Art. And absolutely check it out. And he's got lots of stuff from both Marvel, DC on there, as well as his original stuff. Does great work. Hopefully, we can get him out here to the States at some point. But he's
a UK guy.
Yeah, he's UK. Yeah.
I don't remember if you said that earlier, but I saw Sky TV in there, so I'm like, okay, UK.
Yeah, he's definitely UK. He posted from the Iceberg Lounge too. So he went to the opening at that with the new Batman restaurant and experience in London.
That's pretty cool.
So that's something we're gonna have to go do.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, Lasso.
I mean, the new Batman movie is like minutes away.
Yeah, March 14th, something like that.
No, 4th. Yeah.
March 4th. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's literally 2 weeks away, like almost.
It's like 3 or 4. Yeah.
I think I'm seeing it on the 28th, but.
Are we? Oh, yeah, because you got hookups.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out, and we'll catch you soon.
Later, everybody.